Good morning. Yes, coffee. How we doing, everybody? Check in, check in. How we doing, you guys? Good morning, good morning. I'm in a much better. I'm well rested today. How we doing? What up, Alu? Everything is going well. Yeah, just a lot of coordination going on, a lot of stuff. So I just wanted to check in with you guys this morning before we step off. It's morning time now. It's 10 in the morning here in Ukraine. So we'll be leaving in like a little under an hour, so I can check in with you guys. Until then, I'm all packed up and ready. So as soon as we get the go ahead, I'll be signing out. But I want to hang out with you guys until I leave because I just haven't been able to as much so far, just naturally. But it's fine. So what up? What up, just me fella? Everybody check in. Everybody check in. Check in. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. How did everybody sleep, or how are you sleeping? I have a Ukraine audience, European audience. I hope you guys slept well last night. I had the freaking, I had the freaking AC on in here. It kind of got chilly. I put it down to like 17, 17 Celsius, which is pretty cold. But I like that. I need to sleep in the cold. I can't sleep in heat. If it's hot, I'm not sleeping. Like I can't do it. Like I've tried sleeping in the heat. Yeah. Yeah. So we're just coordinating some stuff. Hey, thank you so much for that. Vernon Hardapple. There you go. I can like your thing too. Appreciate that, Vernon. But yeah, I'm the type with when I sleep, I need to have the AC on and a fan. In the wintertime, I might crack the window. Like I need cold to sleep. Wow, live at midnight. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, we have coordination stuff going on, so just getting that already. Hello from New Zealand. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. So, our 4 day journey around the front begins today. So we're going to be doing aid delivery. I'll be able to check in later. I got to talk to Greg about when we get to the location about all the stuff. So just keep in mind. And then we're going to other places. Like, if you see the map of Ukraine, we're just through the next 4 days. And then we'll be back in Kyiv on Friday. And then I'll be able to, like, it'll be more relaxed. Like, I'll be able to walk around in Kyiv. I'll be able to walk around downtown, show what Ukraine looks like this, through the stream. Hopefully have like a morning show, etc. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So Friday, we'll see what time I get in, but definitely Saturday and Sunday. I leave Monday early morning from Ukraine, so I have a week. It's Monday right now. Yeah, I leave a week from today, so a majority of this time is actually going to be spent. And last time I only spent a day, like I mentioned in yesterday's stream, I only spent like a day and a half in the front, at a position. So this is a longer time out, in the half U shape of the occupied territories around Ukraine. It's a Minnesota morning, is it? No, it's still, wouldn't it be late? No, it'd be like early morning. It technically is early morning. It technically is early morning. It's like kind of that like late night shift into the daytime. Having a chat. Good day from Adelaide. What time is it in Adelaide? It's probably like afternoon, right? Late afternoon. Mark asks the soldiers if they've already seen. I'm not going to ask them that. I'm just not going to ask them that. I already said last night how the soldiers feel about that channel. They keep talking about me on their stream. It's funny, but no, they nobody here in Ukraine respects that channel. Not a single person. Nobody. Only people that watch the internet in their safe homes in the U.S. and shit like that. They like the entertainment. Hello, hello. 5:16 in the morning here. Yeah, I miss being in the military sometimes, I tell you what. But it is what it is. I served, I did my time, but man, it's like you get back out here or you get back into the environment again. It's like, oh man, that's why I liked it when I was in. Go bang on Rick's door. I think he's gonna be checking in with his rollers here soon too, right? Just want to, it's fine. Like the more streams, the better when we can. Thank you so much, Vicky. Appreciate that. The more times we can check in, the more attention that we'd be able to help, like Pete's Brigade or fundraising for the soldiers. So I think he's going to check in with his rollers pretty soon here. Oh, I appreciate that, Master. I am pretty happy today. I'm having my nonstop. You guys ever play the game? You guys ever play Stalker, the game? If you played Stalker, you know what this is. Can't wait for the second one to come out. Ukrainian developed video game. Huge game coming out at the end of the year. I have my gaming channel. We will definitely be playing that. Definitely be playing that one. But one of the developers lost their life fighting in Bakhmut. So, but the first one, I mean, it's just this is in the game, and we'll be playing that at the end of the year. Praying for you, Merc. Slava Ukraine. I've had so much water. Like, this is my second one now. I had finished the one last night, and I got a bigger one. All right, water for days. We're bringing supplies to the soldiers. We ask them like what they need, and we can bring the drones and the trucks and like the more expensive stuff when we can fundraise that. But when you're like here, you just ask them like for snacks type or like things that they want. So they want Pepsi, they want colas, some wanted chocolates, and we just get that from the store here in Ukraine. So you got to think like we don't do like, obviously you got the governmental stuff that do the macro, like tanks and F-16s soon, infantry fighting vehicles, artillery rounds. We can't do shit about that. But we do the trucks and the drones and the drone jammers and medical supplies. But then you go even smaller, right? And then when you're here, you just ask them, hey, do you want like water, or like do you want like a case of water for the position? Do you want, or do you need meats to have like meat and cheese, because they love that in Ukraine. They love I do too. Like it's table food, where you like snack food that you'd have on the table, and you can have that for a meal here. But the Ukrainians love that, so they'd get that. But we were just bringing stuff like that. We have medical stuff. Greg has it all. We have a van. It's incredible. Are leaving that battery you bought in Ukraine? No. Wait, what? No, probably not. No, I'm gonna use it. It's not a battery. It's a freaking. It's a generator. They have EcoFlows, so they have something bigger and better. This is more of like a personal. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's like a desperate need for power at one of these positions. Likely, or more than likely, I will leave this at the position so the soldiers can use it. But they have EcoFlows. Like they're trying to be. Yeah, it's more than a battery bank. It's a mini generator. This thing is fucking. It's not a. It's ridiculously big. But there's a bigger one too. This is only the 500 watt one. They have a 1,000 watt one too. That's pretty freaking intense. But no, I'm probably gonna keep this. But if a unit like has no power out at the feet on their position, then I'll just keep this there. We'll see. What up, Bill? Good to see you. How was the range? Where you get that? Where I get that at? The internet. It's a DJI brand. No sponsor though, so no free promo. But whatever. I don't care. DJI. They got like all the products now. Like everything like anything that you can think of electronics wise are like coming out with it now. Love that. I'll say I saw Johnny a couple days ago. Now, just recently at the dinner, or was it yesterday? I don't know. Days don't matter anymore. I don't know what day it is. I think it's Monday. Yeah, it's got to be Monday. But we saw him. I got him. His birthday's this week. I should be back for his birthday. Not if I don't think I will. But I got him some Bass Pro Shops hats, and he's triple stacked them. He wore them. I got three different shades of blue that he likes from Cabela's because they got Bass Pro Shop and Cabela's in my home state of Minnesota. And he was wearing them around Kyiv, and Ukrainians were just like, "What is that?" Like, why are you wearing three hats? And they were just like asking him, like, and they took pictures with the Bass Pro Shop hats on. And I said, "Man, you better send that to Bass Pro Shops, and just so that Ukrainians are interested in the brand." They don't do that here. They don't have Bass Pro Shops in Kyiv. How we doing? What up, Salty Lamb? How much of a carton of smokes is there? Oh, that's another good one too. I could ask Xenia. I could ask Xenia or Greg, and we could find that out. We could do a poll in the chat too. But that's the type of stuff that we're grabbing though. Like we go to the store, like when Greg mentioned in one of his streams that they'd shop at the store in Kharkiv, the one that was blown up completely. That's like what they do. They go around to the positions and ask the soldiers. Like, I mean, yes, we do like I mentioned, we do the trucks and the drones and we have to fundraise for that stuff because it's like tens of thousands of dollars, and we can do it like we are. Link is in the no shoot mods. If we have any mods up, can we put the NAFO fundraiser, please? We have to get that finished. So many fundraisers are starting, and I'm seeing YouTube viewers like hop onto the next one. I'm like, we got to finish ours. And then like after this one, we're probably just going to be like, I'm at this point, I'm getting direct like Ukrainians in the positions, like asking for assistance, and they're like trusted, and they like they see what we're doing, and they could use some help. So I think after we finish this NAFO fundraiser, we're going to be just helping when we can. Or like, for example, I know we're tied up with the NAFO fundraiser, and definitely, but that would give us better opportunity to help push Pete's fundraiser, for example. So that way we're not clashing with other efforts. It's just tough, man. There's so much need. There's so much need for assistance, and everyone's trying to help the best we can. But we got to make sure that we finish our campaigns before we bounce to the next one. And we bounce around, at least like my viewers, my people. I mean, people are going to help what they want to help with and do what they want to do. But we got to finish our dedication or our pledges first before we move on to the next. Things are good. Thank you, Danny. I don't think I have a command for the fundraiser on here. How's the weather? Hot. It's warm. I'm going to come back with a tan probably because I've been outside for so long. We were outside yesterday. I mean, I got like a freaking farmer's tan going on. So, yeah, Pete's campaign is huge. What's this channel about? Independent media, independent news through my own lens, and I chat with you. So I'll report on current events, things that are happening, but then I'll just talk with you guys about it and like share your opinions on things, or read them at least. I do polls, so I ask your opinions on when I'm talking about things. This is a new thing for me. Yeah, war, current events, conflict, I guess. Like I cover other stuff like weather damage, but I mean I'm a veteran, so covering war is I understand it a little bit, so I can relay the information. Ask them directly what they need, not just the commanders. Yeah. We talk with we're meeting with a few commanders of the units, but we'll be with like the guys. This just the soldiers. There's funding available through Got them. Nice to see you have power. Yeah. They do well with the generators here. They got generators, and they're able to keep the businesses powered at least through that capability. But let me look really quick. Yeah. We got clear blue skies outside. It's gonna be warm. It's gonna be hot. Good morning, renegades. Good morning. Good morning. Did you gift your stuff away yet? Yes, at the event. At the NAFO handoff, I handed out belt like it was too much because they were like no video, and yet I didn't know what to do because I usually will just like film everything. But we could, but we just can't post it right away. So, but I'm just doing a bunch of stuff. We've been doing a bunch of things here this time. Would it be a humid heat in Ukraine? It's not so. It'd probably be more humid in like Crimea, or in I don't know though. I've never been there. Or in Odessa. I'd have to ask. I'd have to ask if there's humidity there. When I'm coming back to the USA, we need you for that election coverage on Monday. Definitely Monday. What the fuck? I got some crazy comments today. Yep. And we do the shorts feed entertaining comments though. I'll tell you what, that's for sure. Okay, we can get rid of this guy though. You don't care about the video? Yeah. I handed him out. Helena has the letter you wrote, Belle, to Pete. I handed it to her personally, but we didn't video it, but I handed it to her. So I'll be at the time to quickly see Borderichny. That's an awesome ride. I'll be able to tell you guys more so where we were when I get back. We're just east and south. That's why if you look at the map, you can kind of figure out like in general. But when I get back home, I'll be able to tell you like where we were and what we did. Not right now though. You followed me from the 24th of February. Wow. Dang, dude. The night it started. Yeah. So now I'm here in Ukraine for my fifth trip. How many trucks this time? There were 20. We can talk about the convoy. I can talk about the convoy now, but one of the next set of missions here, I'm going to have to wait for a while to talk about when I get back probably. But yeah, the convoy, about 20 trucks, medical ambulance, beautiful. And they've improved the ambulance capabilities now. They're getting like full Sprinter van type vehicles. And we had one last year, and they're still making the ones that we did, that we fundraised for, that they built, but they're able to fundraise for those Sprinter vans and make them into ambulances. And then there was a couple NAFO fellas that came, and one of them was Andre, and he had this system. Let me show you. He has this system to it's like a aid and litter, but you can stack them. Let me try to pull this up for you. So and I asked Ragnar if he could bring it to show to the soldiers, and it looks like he was able to put on like a presentation and show it. Where did I find it? Is it on Twitter? Yeah, so he was able to bring this system to the medical ambulance. And it's like a very easy system to assemble. I mean, it's a tension to it and stuff, obviously, because you're going to need that. So you have to have some strength to get some of the notches around on the top, etc. But I mean, that's perfect for an ambulance. So you can take up, it's vertical instead of taking up more room, horizontal. I think there's an example, right, of like how it'd be used practically. Yeah, you've seen these? Yeah, this is Andre's stuff that he's developed. And look at if you want to, when you pack it up, fits into 2 bags like that. So it's a really compact system. Here's all the parts. There's all the parts to it. Pretty cool. Pretty easy to assemble. Like very, very simple. And obviously you can carry it with just one. Right? You can put one person. Look how much weight it can fit. You can fit a bunch of weight. Really cool. Yeah. Have like 3 people sitting on it. And of course, hold on. You already know what to put in the chat, but here we go.
One of these. You give $5,000, you've got 10 of these. This thing will save lives. May not look pretty, may not be great if you're down below, doesn't matter. You can get 2 leg cases in an ambulance. And the stabilization clinic, they call them the field hospitals, mass hospitals, Just back from the front line, well, the wedding for the surgeons, there can be 2 people lined up. It means lives will be saved. Stand by Ukraine. Support Brave You. Buy one of these.
So that's cool.
You give 5,000.
Kyiv is there's stuff in Kyiv going on. Yeah, so nice to see him. So yeah, orange hat's in the chat. Sorry, I'm like we're it's just I have my chat up and we just got shit going on. Obviously, yeah. The Patriots are working in Kyiv right now. Yeah, so but it's just a usual day. Like it's normal. Like it's like you watch it through the videos, and I mean you see it. But when you're here, when you're here though, and you're like on the ground in the city, and you hear the air defense working. Like after the stream last night, there was air defense was going off. Like they were shooting drones down, and it's like, oof, I'm in it. Like I'm in it. Like you can't escape. Like you're here. You know, it's not you're not watching it through a video at home. You know, you can't just you can't just shut off your computer and call it a day, and then check back in the morning when you wake up. It's like you're out here. Shit. But yeah, it's back in Kyiv. We're a little further. Oh yeah, we've heard it. Yeah, Sally. Yeah. It doesn't. The news is they don't cover it anymore. That's why people like us are here or like independent media. They'll cover it if there's like a big event in Ukraine, but it's every day. Every day the glide bombs. Every day the drones attacks. Like, and you got the front lines and the Russians that are on the front that are trying to take ground, but here back in Kyiv or back in the western area, like Ukraine, like the Russians will send missiles and bombs at the civilians, and this happens every day. Yeah, we both look tired. I mean, maybe I look tired, but I don't. I'm definitely not. Like I'm up. Like I promise you. Maybe my body is tired. That's it. Body is tired. We'll be all right though, Sal. We'll be okay. Yeah. But it's more so my body. It's been a lot, like driving, but it always is though. Like it's just strenuous body activity. Time for a cup of tea. I mean, I have my tea right here. I can make some really quick with you guys, and have a tea. Maybe I'll do that. Here, let's do it. I have my nonstop, but I'll have a tea with you. Connect with Dylan Burns, of course. I already have like on the WhatsApp, but we'll like meet up probably next weekend when I get back. I had coffee at breakfast. We had breakfast this morning. This is just a nice spot. And you select your breakfast the night prior. You tell them what you want, and then in the morning you just tell them your room number, and then you'll have the breakfast that you selected. I'm an American that knows how to make freaking tea now, dude. If I have any free time, teach Ukrainians the joy of playing softball. Yeah, maybe after the war. Yeah, I mean, Ukraine they have so many activities and they're active and everyone works out or runs, or it's just a very yeah, this is in Kyiv right now. So I think they got Kinzels coming in, ballistic missiles. Hey, Speedy Joshi, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm in Ukraine right now. We're delivering aid and supplies. So yeah, that's back in Kyiv though. I won't be back there till Friday. But that's what I told you guys on the stream last night. Like you have the sense of safety. you have the sense of safety because of the air defense and the infrastructure and just um, the abilities. But I mean, just still, the air raid alarm goes off, etc. Andrew looks like he got his eye. This is my eyebrows naturally, dude. What do you want me to do? I can't take them off. Eyebrows plucked. I used to have big, giant, bushy eyebrows though, and that looked weird. So probably for the last 10 years, they've been like this now. I don't know. I grew out of them, I guess. I'm like aging backwards, I think. What was my rank? You mean? I'm not active anymore. I served from 2012 to 2022, but I finished out as an E5 sergeant. Now I'm just regular civilian, DD 214. Yeah, there's rules. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So we're just like volunteering right now, just helping when I can. I'm reading group chat stuff that's going on in Ukraine. I'm trying to be distracted too much. We got the tea kettle going. What should we have? Should we have green tea or black tea? These are the choices for today. This is what we got. We got green tea or black tea. What energy drink is that? Stalker energy drink. This is a nonstop. This is a Ukrainian brand energy drink. Turns your shit blue. We're going black or green? Black with sugar? Black tea. This is the only two choices we got. Let me do a poll. I'll do a poll on it. Tea choice. Tea. Let me see here. Tea options. Black. Green. We'll go with whatever. Nice. I can do a poll on this version too. Vote in that. I have plenty of sugar though. Don't worry. Sugar is not a. Look at sugar is not a problem. Black for the morning and green to maintain. Is that how you do it? In America, we just drink energy drinks and coffee. All the sugars. Black and green, but it's morning, so black. Okay, that must be a thing. Green is for commies. Yeah. Oof. Use energy drink as water for coffee. I'm dead. Well, regardless, we're ready now. We're going with black tea. We're gonna go with black tea. English tea, by the way. English breakfast. I think black won. Yeah. I'm so un-American. I did this on July 4th last year because I was in Estonia for the 4th of July. I was also in Estonia this year for the 4th of July, but I didn't do anything. I didn't have any tea or English breakfast this year. What up, Jason? Would Alex approve of this tea? Probably not. But I think the Brits just, if it's some tea, they're gonna have it. Obviously, they have their preferred ones that they like, but you got some tea. You got some tea. There's a cooking channel now. Are we a cooking stream? Cooking at the front with Mercado Media. Black tea, milk, and sugar, huh? But I don't have any milk. You're doing too much. Okay, we don't have that. We have black tea and coffee. Hello, Lewis. Let it sit and stew. Yeah, I like to watch the tea expand inside of the drink, so I like to do that. At home though, I have the herbal tea stuff like in the evening hours or like the afternoon. Jesus, dude. Am I revoking is my American card revoked? It's pretty freaking warm too. Pretty freaking warm. Black tea will get you going. So I'm trying to. And they're going to the shelters in Kiev right now. I feel it though, and it's always recommended after some time though. Even Ukrainians though, they like, you won't go to the shelter after 2+ years. I think I'm good with one sugar. I'm good. How many times I have no idea. 0. Try Thompson tea. Thompson tea, nice and strong. Have I had a Georgian meal yet? No. Probably when I get back to Kiev, I will. We haven't had time to do. I haven't had time to chill. Literally, like we got here, like I mentioned in yesterday's stream or last night's, it would have been, or yesterday afternoon for you guys. Well, it's like we drove from Estonia here to Kiev, got here, and then immediately went to Pete's. I went to Pete's funeral, and then from there it was just run like we had stuff to do and vehicles to prepare and the dinner with everybody, and then went out. But the one time I had to like kind of chill, we like went out, and that still wasn't like chilling. We were just like, it was in public. When I think of chilling, I want to be at home or like relaxing or like sleeping. But we weren't. We were like out and about, so it wasn't really the chillest experience. But we were still out, and it was great. Met Olia, hung out with John and Rebecca, and there's another guy too with us. Yeah. What's the weather like here? It is very warm. It is hot. It's summer. Summer in Ukraine. It's honestly just like the Midwest in the summertime. I'm here personally. Yeah, and the U.S. military is not sending people here at all. Contrary to the propaganda, it's you can volunteer and you be volunteering, but unless you try to get into the Legion or, which I don't even know that process, or GER, but after 2 years, I don't know if they're like it'd be tough probably because the people that came and they've developed trust, and most of them that are still around or very good soldiers have been put into actual Ukrainian units now. So like they kind of got, if they were high speed in the Legion, they were placed into an actual Ukrainian unit. I mean, not like the Legion isn't an actual Ukrainian, but like the Legion's a Legion, but the Ukrainian units here. Yeah. So I have my YouTube channel. I cover the war, and Ukraine has free speech. They don't. I would have to look at their constitution closer, but like in the United States, we have freedom of speech and freedom of the press. So Ukraine absolutely observes that. Obviously, with the war, there's operational security. Can't film. It's absolutely illegal to film the air defense. So that should be common sense. Like or certain soldiers like don't want to be filmed, so it's just like common courtesy. But also, but beyond that, like in terms of being able to share information that's relevant or accurate, or just be here, it's pretty open. Similar to I came here and had a morning show, for crying out loud, in Kiev, in the capital city, and streamed, and I've walked around, and more than certain that they know who's here and who's doing what. So, and with that being said, I'm still able to talk with you guys about what's happening. I wrote in who wrote in a BTR. Yeah, LJ, we're just pretending. I'm probably just pretending it didn't happen. We don't have to talk. We're not even gonna talk about it. I messaged Brandon, and Brandon's gonna take care of it. So, or at least like, yeah, on the back end. But Olia's messaging me too right now. It looks like we got a lot of rockets in Kiev this morning. Yeah, Kiev's getting hit. I'll respond after. Yeah. What the hell are you doing drinking English tea? We're supposed to be throwing that into the harbor. I think it's more of an own to be drinking their tea, isn't it? Like an American, while being an American and not drinking the tea. I don't know. Thunderstorm times 100. You have a thunderstorm coming in. No, it's better to just throw it. Oh, that's good. It needs a little more sugar though. I know it's like probably gas station brand tea probably, but it's all right. But I like the green tea stuff and the herbal teas and with the lemon more so in the afternoon. Yeah, they're all taking shelter right now in Kiev. You knew when you were curious what the channel is about. What do I cover? Current events, conflicts, war. Apparently now for the past 2 years, I didn't have any intentions of covering war. God, yeah, they're going through it right now back in Kiev. Well, prayers for those that are in Kiev right now. Whoever tried to steal the Russian, when did that happen? They tried to steal the nuclear bomber. Soup is better. I haven't tried soup, but except for borscht, obviously. I don't. God dang. We can end this poll. Yeah, I saw that back home when it comes to the U.S. news. I've been peeping the people are trying to leave Texas, Galveston right now. So if you're in Texas, please stay safe as well. I'm a part of the military or like an action reporter. Action. I don't know. I don't know about action, but when I'm able to film, yeah, or like when I'm able to interview people, I'm not like only. I'll be real. Only the mainstream corporate press are allowed like at the zero line if like they want to, like Associated Press, Reuters. Obviously, the Ukraine mainstream news is able to the local news here, but we're not going to be in like the zero line like that. But those though I'd say those are more of the action journalists that are like covering trench clearings and shit. We're not doing that. Like we'll be around it. We'll be in the vicinity, but not at the zero position. Like that's not what we're doing. That Model Max Earl Grey in some shops is nice. Yeah, everyone's messaging. I'm not in Kyiv. Yes. Everyone's in shelters in Kyiv. More people are going to the shelter too. Um, yeah. I appreciate that, Busy. Hope you stick around. Yeah. I've just started doing these vertical streams while I've been gone here in Europe this time, and it's worked out well. We've gained so many new people that are awesome. Of course, we have our trolls, but I'm glad that more people are sticking around. But I do detailed videos and reports beyond these type of streams. But I like these streams, to be honest. When I get home, it'll be the like when I'm at my computer and my microphone. It'll be the sideways normal stuff that you guys are used to. But I think like if I ever just want to do a check in or just talk like to the camera, it'll be like this, which is I think it's great. Biggest respect for everything you do in Ukraine. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's to the credit of you guys too. I wouldn't be here without your support with the media, but then also the fundraising that we've done. I literally wouldn't be here. I thought I didn't think I would be in Ukraine until after the war. Like everyone says that, right? Most people say that. They'll say, I'll go to, they support Ukraine, but hey, I'll go there after the war. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like when, 5 years from now? Like, they need help now, but it is what it is. What's the vibe in Ukraine right now? Are people optimistic, worried? I mean, they're always optimistic, always searching for new. Like the resiliency is the strongest I've ever seen. Like that's just the way to put it. Like there's no defeatist energy at all. That's not the case. There's concern, just because of the situation on the front, but it's not like a defeatist concern. It's like concern with resiliency. Like okay, things aren't good, but how can we make it better, or how can we improve the capabilities that we've already been using, or like I mean just I mean the people that are here to help. A few of them were in the NAFO convoy, and they do things, and they were like, "Hey, can you ask these set of questions to the soldiers, and then relay that back to us so we can improve our thing that we do?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." So it's a resilience for sure, like in the highest way you can imagine. But if you don't know what resiliency means, it's like when times are tough, you dig in and keep going regardless, and you don't give up because it's tough. Always be hard times. You'll always have hard times, but hard times makes people tougher. If you're that type of a person. If you're not, I mean that's fine too. I guess you have the individual right to do what you got to do. But resiliency is what gets you through and makes people stronger. What? No. If the Polish move into Kiev, why would they, that's not going to happen. In the Lviv, no. I love your channel. It's very informative, inspiring to me. Keep pushing forward and continue doing everything right. You have 100% support from me. Appreciate that, Kevin. I appreciate that, Kevin. Trump said he would end the war in Ukraine. Do you believe that? No. No. It would allow Putin to keep the territory, and then Putin would just invade further later, like he did. Because that's already happened. Like they put troops in Ukraine in 2014, 2022, full scale. So all Trump would do is negotiate a way for Putin to keep the land, and then Russia rebuild their military that's been fucking destroyed, and then they go again. No, I haven't seen Starsky this time. No, I haven't been able to. I think he's in Germany right now. He's in Germany, so I'd have to make a trip to go and see him, but I just can't afford that. So that's fine. I'm doing what I can afford to this time. Last year, I was doing things I could not afford to do. Fuck. They're saying here this is the first. So there's people that haven't came to Ukraine yet. Like this is their first trip, and they're experiencing what the air defense is like. Yeah, we'll have to. Bill's in the chat probably. You all right? Bill and Marta are Mercado Media viewers, and they both came from Canada. But it's like it's just reality hits when you're like, fuck. Yeah. I told you guys that. Yeah, Marchie. It's the Kinzels are going off. They're hitting it right now. People are in the shelters. Make sure you set your chat to all messages. I had to check I had to set mine. Favorite Georgian food? What's the cheese bread? And you dip the kinkali. Fuck. Maybe I think that's the name of the restaurant. I can't think of food names right now. Got a whole lot going on in my brain, but I think that's what it is. And then the orange wine is very good. I really like that. A lot of my buddies are there right now. Don't want to miss any trolls. Yeah, facts. Definitely not. Just in case, because they were slipping through, and I was seeing comments that weren't coming in. What's happening in Kyiv? Air defense, air raid. But it's like every day though, you know. And the thing we gotta like find the thing I gotta work on too when I get back is find the fine line between the hopium and like only. I mean, I don't think I have been. I think I've been relaying the truth as much as I can in terms of like the Russian gains, but there are definitely like people on the internet that are like everything is just amazing and just nothing's going bad and it's like the only way they're reporting it. And I feel like that's now dishonest, you know, like at this point, like we'll talk about the successes of the Ukrainian military, but I mean, I feel like relaying the truth of some of the areas that the Russians are just destroying needs to be told. Like hiding that because of feelings or like it might push. I don't fucking know, but like, I mean, Ukraine, Kiev's getting hit right now, and is that even making the news? I don't know anymore. I have no idea. I mean, we talk about it, but it's like, this is every day. It's not like the war stops because the media stops talking about it. What's the crime rate here? Very low, I would assume. You don't hear sirens off like for the police. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I haven't seen any. Like, I've been here for probably a total of 3 months overall. Not this year, but when you add up all the time I've been here, and I mean, for like example, I live in the U.S. and I hear the police sirens and gunshots, and like when I lived by the city and like I heard the crimes. you know, crimes are being committed openly, like in my place and in my apartment. Like there's a standoff, dude on crack in the place, like trying to break into room. Like, it was like seen. It was no, oh, okay, there's crime. Whereas like, yeah, I don't know where it is in Ukraine. Maybe, probably, but for street crimes, I have no idea. How much longer do you think the war will last? Man, at this rate, a while, years. Um, if unless something changes, like something big needs to happen, something big needs to change to swing the pendulum. But it's such an attrition right now. So it have to, like, a big change would have to happen, I think, but it's still going to be years, like years. Um, it could have been faster. War could have ended quicker, or in terms of like in a more with Ukraine if they would, oh my god, bro, if it's just hindsight is everything. But if our Western countries would have been helping Ukraine harder, like after the big counteroffensive in 2022, and liberating Kyiv, liberating Sumy, and the majority of Kharkiv, and then also Kherson, if like we would have built on that in terms of the aid, and been like, oh fuck, like now we can, like, it would have been, but we sat on our hands, and politicians took over, and pro-Russian politicians took over, and then aid didn't get to Ukraine for like half of a year, and like fucking very, 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 very bad decisions. Horrible. Like when you look back, like the Ukraine had the advantage for like a year and a half, and now it's an attrition, and it's just because it's, yeah. I mean, Russia's losing equipment like they can't replace. I mean, they're losing thousands of soldiers a day. They're getting Orban to sniveling Orban for help. North Korea with little Rocket Man, like he's going to the just far corners for help. So it's not good for Russia either. Like, absolutely not. But they have the manpower to keep this bullshit going. Like, they're just throwing humans at machine guns. So like, you got to think of it like this: Russia doesn't care about the people. They don't care about their humans there. So they will like just send humans at Ukrainian machine guns. Like, it's called the meat grinder, but that's just the visual you should have. Like, you have a machine gun, right? Only a certain amount of ammo, and you don't have infinite ammo. And if anything, you should know that the aid is like fucking aid drops like they have to prove it, and it takes forever. So you realize, like, yeah, I mean, the Russians are coming, they're losing a ton, like just death, and the machine gun's going, and then Ukraine runs out of ammo. Then what? Then those humans that Russia's sending at this position, for example, could possibly get overrun just because Ukraine runs out of ammo or resources. And that's just how it's been working now for like the past 4 months in the East, especially. It just, they use dirt cheap equipment, dirt dog shit, everything. But the way that they use it is they have a bunch of it. And Ukraine is like tied down to Western, just stupid, dude. What up, Charlie? If they would have been able to strike into Russian territory immediately, and not be limited, that's a bad decision. Absolutely not. If they, I should have made it more of a clear when I found out in 2022 at the end of the year that the HIMARS that were being sent were specifically limited so Ukraine can't use them to strike long distance. I was like, that's when shit already was like, why? And then it became like Ukraine can only strike on their territory, and it's just like fucking the the worst decisions possible to be able to help Ukraine. Where are those F-16s? They're coming, as they've been saying. They're coming. It's happening, but like, you know, it needs to happen faster. It needs to be. It can't. This too much delay. Too much. Like the politicians will be so happy that they got a aid package through and just like hell yeah, we did that, and then like I don't know, they don't keep the assistance going, or like they don't. It needed to be the fact that the aid got lessened like as time has gone on has not been good in terms of like worrying about Russia's propaganda escalation garbage. Because that's what they do. Russia they'll cry. I'm a victim. Blah 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 blah. I'm so giant country. It takes up majority of the world. We're a victim. Like, it's whose problem is it that they decided to build up 2 cities and that's it in their giant stupid country? Like, nobody's problem but them. But they're victims, and that's just what they are. So instead of like showing them that, hey, your propaganda isn't going to work, like it will work on stupid people, and there will be people that have their freedom of speech and opinion to, you know, listen to RT or TASS or whatever the fuck. But the government should have been smarter and been like, nah, like it's Russian propaganda. At what point doesn't this become a testing ground for human lives? What do you mean, George? We're not, so this is the reality, right? The reality is we're giving Ukraine old weapons. We're giving Ukraine our old shit. The Ukraine is not fighting with our newest weapons. They're not fighting with our newest shit. We gave them Abrams from 1979, like the first one. Okay, we gave them those ones. We gave Ukraine M113s, which were used in Vietnam. That was the main infantry fighting vehicle in Nam. So we're talking, it's just, if anything, I think it might be to NATO's advantage. Like, I'm going to flip that. It might be to NATO's advantage that Russia has created this reality that they're fighting NATO, and that they're fighting the West. They're not. They're fighting Ukraine with the Western help, which we're giving them old shit, old equipment to fight Russia, and they've been destroying them with our old stuff. So if anything, I think Russia's own propaganda might shoot them in the foot eventually, because our capability, like Ukraine hasn't been able to even fight with combined arms. For example, like they've been trying to, like when they have their infantry fighting vehicles or infantry and their air support, but the level of combined arms that we have, like Navy, Air Force, ground forces that can all work together, Russia doesn't do that. Russia only has meat grinder stuff, like, so. And Ukraine's been trying to rebuild their infrastructure and their military to be more Western and not Soviet, because the Soviet mindset of the warfare is just meat grinder, fucking send it, you know, just send the loss of life is irrelevant to try to accomplish the mission. But Ukraine has been going at it differently. Obviously, Russia isn't. But Ukraine's been trying to care more about their soldiers, make sure their soldiers are, you know, because if you can have 20 new soldiers, brand new in the uniform, and they won't amount to much compared to a guy that's been out there for a year and a half, or somebody that has combat experience or military experience. You just can't replace those type of dudes, right? One guy can be worth 20. So in Ukraine, with their limited resources, they've been more aware of this. But that's just how the West, that's how we treat our soldiers, right? No soldier left behind, not even a single one. Like one person, if one American soldier gets killed, then that's the mission. We got to go get that guy and make sure he gets home to his family. So it's just the mindset's trying to switch. But we're in conclusion though, like, if the way we've been seeing Russia fight this war, it would be a slaughter if NATO versus Russia, like, actually, in terms of Russia, would be fucking gone, okay, to what we have. The problem is we're trying to prevent that from happening, because then Russia would just probably hit the button, right, and use use incredible weapons, the nuclear or whatever. So that's the chess game that is being played by the governments, because on the ground, militarily, not even close. But it's the fear of it becoming, and that's just what everyone's fear is. So that's just the reality. But when you're talking about NATO equipment and stuff, it's night and day to Russia. I wish we were giving Ukraine more of our better equipment, because then, I mean, it's the reality is we are helping Ukraine fight it, and no Western soldiers are coming to fight in Europe again, or no, unless you volunteer and you're a civilian and you can, like I said earlier, you can sign up or whatever. But in terms of the DoD, Department of Defense, from the U.S. sending troops here, they're not doing that at all, or no major Western country is doing that. So to prevent that from happening, right, and Americans coming here, like being told to, orders to come to Europe and come to Ukraine to fight Russia in the future, that's why I advocate for sending Ukraine weapons right now, right, and sending them our shit to fight Russia instead of us. You must think you're smart saying proxy war like you're telling us something we haven't heard before. What do you mean? I'm relaying the truth to you. The DoD won't, because of a possible war with China. Could be. I mean, yeah, they're keeping eyes on China because China's just growing influence. If anything, the China's taken big advantage of this, because Russia was the perceived power player in the region, right, before the war, and now, like, it's China now, especially after Russia going to North Korea and, like, fucking all over the place. So I think China's taken the lead for the Eastern authoritarian countries over here. But China was up there with Russia, but now I think China has a clear lead over them. What happened there? Who's Pablo Turtistan? Yeah, Obama was definitely weak on Russia, for sure. Russia was Obama was very, very weak on Russia. Yeah, I don't think, do I have any mods on right now? Mods? No, it's like middle of the night. Modi is gonna go visit with Putin. Yep, I figured it would be eventually. I said that like a couple of weeks ago, and people were like, "No, not India." Like, what do you mean? Modi is fucking dude. I mean, I don't think the Indian people are, but Modi and the government are definitely authoritarian. So I've kind of figured that. What up, Cadence? Thank you so much to your dad. What up from Australia? Shout out to my Aussies. Aussie. India should shut up and go. Yeah, they want the oil, dude. Russia's a gas station. Russia's a giant gas station, and countries that are over there, that's where they get their resources from, and then Russia can use their leverage over the countries, right? That's just the whole thing. Did you hear about the train rail being destroyed? No. I gotta be like Dylan Burns and be able to do both. Try to navigate being here personally, and also like follow current events. It's tough. It's like, fuck, dude. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. Maybe I haven't had any time to like sit though. What up, Cadillac? I haven't had any time to sit yet though, until now or last night when I streamed. But it's just been so busy. I'll be able to stream and do daily news updates again Friday probably. It depends on what time we get back. Yeah. The Kyiv is getting hit, so people are a little nervous. How much does fuel cost in Ukraine? Not as much as in the U.S. When are we meeting with Greg? We're here. We're around. We'll be going to leave here soon. We're waiting for the go ahead. That's why I wanted to check in with you guys before we go. So we're just waiting for the go ahead, and then I'll go ahead. So all my shit's packed up, ready to go. Got my backpack. Definitely. All packed. Drinking my tea. Yeah, we're safe. Nope, we're safe. Air defense was going off last night, but so far today, it seems like Kyiv is the one that's getting hit today. And I'm not there. But I'm reading messages, and everyone saw it and heard it. Patriot missile system. I mean, that's the reason why I talk about it. You can't film it, obviously, because of operational security, but it's important to talk about it because those Patriot systems absolutely are needed, like more of them. I know more are coming, but those stop those Russian ballistic missiles, the Kinzels, and they meet them. And it's incredible when you see it in the air, and the Patriot just goes right to it and just boom, loud explosion. You see it, and you see the intercept, and like people will cheer and shit, and like fuck, dude, it's incredible. It's one of the most incredible things you'll see because you know that ballistic missile's coming to kill people, and that Patriot goes and just meets it right in the midair and destroys it. So those Patriots for civilian populated areas and civilian cities are needed. Like that is it's a defensive weapon. Russia propagandized the Patriot as an offensive weapon, and it's not. It's literally air defense and protect civilians. The Patriot in Kyiv has been huge. Now they're getting more, which is good, but they need even more. I'm here for a week. I did. Well, Pete's funeral was on Saturday, but yes, I was able to attend. I missed the Maidan part because we were on our way to Kyiv from Estonia, but I got there at about 11:30, so I was able to walk from Maidan up to the church and see the service. I think I missed like 5 minutes of the service, but I was there for the whole thing, majority of it. Yeah, what is the Russian ruble worth? This is why trolls are doing weird, like they're flailing. I remember in 2022, the Russian trolls were like well paid, and they had arguments that were like, fuck, I didn't know how to fight them. Like I didn't know how to, like, I just had to ignore them. But now it's like, it's the quality of, dang, dude. The quality of trolls have dropped. Golly. Less than a penny. 0.011, or a little bit more than a penny. A penny and some lint attached to it. Or maybe when you get like a penny and there's some gunk on there or something because it's old. That's what the Russian ruble's worth at this point. So that's why the trolls are absolutely low quality because they're not being paid. You think that you have original ideas? We know that you're being paid. You're in a call center right now. Stop it. Kyiv update: debris hit some buildings. From what I can see in the news, is missing upper floor. Damn, dude. Yeah, I was reading it when it was coming in. Right now, all my friends are there from the NAFO convoy. Still, they go home in a day, but they're all there. They're all in the shelters right now. The euro was $2. The ruble was 0.01. How is Russian special military operation against Ukraine going? Well, that's what you call it, the special military operation. That's what the Russians call it. It's a war, but it's an attrition. Like I mentioned earlier, they're a kilometer, and they lose 3,000 soldiers to take a kilometer. So but the Russians have the humans to throw at the meat grinder, and that's what they do. Or if they don't go at the Ukrainian position, then the conscription commander or the unit commander will just shoot them dead, and then be like, next. I don't give a fuck about their people. Okay, my leader, yeah, dude, low quality trolls. Absolutely, like they don't even make arguments anymore. It's just literal, just dumb statements. Sounds good, Evie. The exchange rate is only to the outside. Remember, the inside it's still different. Sure, but that's why they're going to North Korea or like India or other countries to keep their economy going because they're not getting it from the West now. What's the capital of Russia? About 20 cents. I'm dead. But the Russians are winning. It's always been like that. They're losing thousands, but they always win. Really? What do you consider winning? What does winning look like? They've all their strategic goals have failed. Try to take Ukraine in a week. It's now 2 years and what month are we in? the they've only two more countries have joined NATO since this. Um, what else has happened? The alliances of the West have strengthened, contrary to far right and far left bullshit that nobody fucking wants. Um, it's been a absolute strategic failure for Russia. In terms of like the battlefield, though, like it's an attrition. Nobody's winning; they're losing. Winning is when they gain more territories. Oh, okay. So how about this then? When they gain more, okay. Um, so March of 2022, March of 2022, 159,000 square kilometers of Ukraine occupied, which is 61,400 square miles. They occupied a little over 25% of Ukraine, right? That was scary times. It's scary now just because of the attrition and the losses of life, but like in 2022, it was one of those like, oh man, like shit, how much are the Russians going to occupy? Are they going to take Kyiv? Like people are asking those serious questions. March of 2024, they now occupy 111,600 square kilometers. So if you're going off of just who's taking more territory and who's losing, I mean, that would be Ukraine, because Ukraine is liberated more than Russia's occupied now at this point. 42,000 square miles, so that's about 20,000 less miles that they've occupied over the past 2 years that has been liberated. And they occupy 18% of Ukraine. So if you're a numbers and stats guy, 2022, they occupied 26% of Ukraine. 2024, now they occupy 18%. That's CNN. Go. You're getting timed out for that, bro. You're getting fucking timed out for that. Oh my God, bro. CNN News. This is a freaking Twitter, bro. What are you doing? CNN News, bro. Oh my God. You get 86,000 seconds for that. Jesus Christ, dude. CNN News, bro. I swear, like it's brain damage. It's either brain damage or their handlers tell them to just say CNN. Like that's it. Like you just say CNN in the chat and like whatever. Fuck, bro. Don't be getting mad. I'm not mad. I ain't mad. It's just the low quality trolling, bro. It's like, man, the trolls were intelligent 2 years ago, and it's just fucking like you can see what the ruble's worth through the troll comments, and it's like, and like they just if anything, they're fucking meat grinding their trolls and just can send stupid messages for days and days and days. Ukraine has massive resources. They have, I mean, yeah, they're improving their resources too. Their capabilities, like I said earlier, their resiliency is so strong. They'll always try to find new ways to improve their capabilities, their technologies, their tactics. So it's always adapting, and that's just what war is too. Though that's when the FPV drones, for example, there were FPVs prior to the war, not used at scale like they are now, and the payloads that come with them are incredible. Yeah, I have standards. If you're a dog shit troll, you're not lasting. Sorry. Yeah. Bubba said, winning is when you have caused the enemy to be either unwilling or unable to continue, generally achieved by them having more problems than they can deal with. Sure. Suppose. Dude, shut up and go to sleep talking a whole lot of nothing. Go to sleep. It's 11:20 in the morning. I'm waiting to leave to go to the front lines, so I'm just hanging out. You go to sleep. You can stay in though because you actually wrote a sentence. I hope they get a good foothold and get peace treaty so they can join the EU. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole reason why Russia invaded, right? And they put troops in Crimea and also in Donetsk, in the Donbass and in Luhansk, because Ukraine was going to join the EU. And then when Yanukovych was the president of Ukraine, Russia was like, hey, fuck the EU. How about you take our deal instead? And Yanukovych, being a Putin puppet, was like, well, I want to stay alive, so I'm just going to do this instead. And then the Ukrainian people were like, whoa. And then Euromaidan and the revolution. And then now 10 years later, the full-scale invasion. So it's been Ukraine wanting their own destiny to get away from this cancer that's just to the east. And Russia's been like, no, you can't have it. You can't have any Western anything. How are you, mate? Hope all is well. Keep fighting the good fight. Appreciate that, Rhino. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I'm decent sleep. Decent sleep. More physically tired than anything. Like just body tired, but I think we'll be okay. I'm just responding to a message really quick. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Okay, so the good news is, fuck, dude. Russia's missile hit one of Kyiv's largest children's hospital. Everything is fine. Monitoring channels report no more missiles in the airspace with additional reconnaissance actions ongoing. So we'll have news later. So you might actually hear that. Hopefully this makes the news. Talk. Yeah, I can't show you guys this one, but you can see the smoke. Children's hospital. But missiles are. Yeah, it's reality though. Yeah, it's the reality of the situation, you guys. The reality of it, like, I mean, the first hours I get here, I'm at a funeral, for Pete. And we'll have some. I think we'll have some good updates later to give you guys from a spot, and you'll just have to stay tuned for that. That'll be pretty nice. Yeah, it's a children's hospital. In Kyiv. Let me just check in with. Let me check in. And everyone's reacting to that. Is John Sweeney in Kyiv? I'm not sure if he is yet or not. I'm not sure if he's able to come back. He's trying to though. Let me turn on the. Dude, it's kind of getting warm. Oh. Getting toasty in here. I turned the AC off a little bit for a while. Yes. All right. Rest in peace to Pete. He was an amazing human being. Hard to replace people like that. You know, I don't think it's, yeah. It's getting hot in here. Nah, it's just warm outside. It's just like it's just warm. Only this year, yeah. So like that's the thing. It's different this year, but it's still the overall though. Like when trolls will talk about the overall situation, and you got to remind them, or not. You don't have to, but the facts are Ukraine still at this point has liberated more than Russia's been able to occupy over the past 2 years. But also the truth is, for the past couple months, 4 months, they've been gaining ground in the east slowly, very slow. But it's been now. I mean, Avdiivka was occupied, surrounding villages were occupied, or Cherny is occupied. Now it's like, little by little, they're gaining some, and it's like it's still not going to add up to the liberated territories Ukraine had, but it's still like that's the attrition though. That's just the battle of attrition. Yeah, Pete was unique. He could feel that man's heart. He was totally committed to Ukraine, his fellow man. He was actually defines the word angel. He was. So I think it's either today or tomorrow we'll be spreading Pete's ashes and where he was working, or the area ish he was working, and then the rest of the week we'll be going and handing out aid and supplies to soldiers that are asking for stuff. In terms of like, if you just tuned in now or just started tuning in, we'll be handing out like water, eco generators, or the eco flows, which I just started seeing those here in Ukraine, but they're like fancy generators. I think they're just like a giant version of my DJI one. I think they're huge though. They're big, like a big figure. Like, it's not handheld, or this isn't really handheld, but I got my little one, but those things can power lots. I have to look into fundraising for those eco flows. I think that's the new push. I think that's the new thing. Is because of the rolling blackouts and the power problems. But that's the type of stuff we can help with after we finish our NAFO fundraiser. Yeah, we got to finish that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Michael. Yep. I was reacting to it here on stream, because my friends there, or our NAFO friends are there, so they were, as it was happening, they were talking about it, and then we just got the news it was a children's hospital. So like for me, I would like to. I just got to get more mentally. Like, I'm mentally ready to do what we're doing here, like right now. So it's, yeah. All right. So thank you guys. It's time. All right. I'll check in on stream when I can, and I'll ask Greg. I'll ask Greg when it's appropriate, when I can, or if not, I will see you guys on Friday on stream. But I plan when I can though. If I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. We'll do video. We'll get going, and that'll be that. So thank you guys. Keep us in your thoughts. Well, again, we'll check in when possible. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for updates. Discord server. Like if you want to hang out with everybody in the chat right now here, join the Discord server, and you guys can exchange messages and keep each other updated, especially after this attack in Kyiv. It'd be good to share information and that's available, or news reporting. So share that to the Discord. I won't be able to engage much in it. We shutting our phones on airplane mode and stuff. So any messages, I'll respond when I can. Have a nice, wonderful night if you're in the U.S., Everybody else have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.